What is going on, guys? Namaste, welcome back to another video. As you can see, I have a Tom Ford bottle in my hand. Happens to be oud wood. Now, a couple of years ago, I think, when I made my top Tom Ford fragrances list, this one topped that list. I have to say, guys, to this day, I maintain that. This is my absolute favorite fragrance from the house of Tom Ford. So what makes it so special? Well, it's one of those fragrances which, you know, when I smell, I think to myself, this is boring. At the same time, this is just so charming. It has so much character to it, but just with so little. This is one fragrance that you have to smell to understand truly what I mean. Because it's Noir de Noir, for example, right? The chocolate, the rose, it's bright and in your face. And once you smell it, you know it's beautiful, but you know there are those notes which are extremely prominent. Same thing with Tuscan leather. Extremely rash leather with some smokiness, right? So there are those notes which are extremely dominant and vibrant and in your nose. This one, it really doesn't have that at all. It's just this smooth, this almost a transparent oud and wood combination. Again, the first time you listen to the word oud in a fragrance, you start thinking animalistic or something that is just so bold and rich and deep and dense. None of that. It's one of the most wearable ouds out there. It has mostly this, like I was saying earlier, a transparent woody vibe to it. Almost comes across as, might I even say, a little pencil shaving like. And it's just phenomenal. It's so classy. It's so gentleman-like, you know? Oh man, this stuff gives you so much more with so little, and that's what I like about this fragrance. Man, this is a masterpiece in my opinion. Longevity on my skin is actually pretty good with this. I know this isn't the original formulation, but I still get a pretty decent longevity out of this. At least 6 hours. I've gotten up to 10 hours with this, so I'm not complaining there. Projection though, it does stay close to my skin. First hour, yes, it has a decent projection, but after that, it does stay pretty close to my skin. Versatility with respect to seasons, I think it's a perfectly versatile fragrance throughout the year, but in the high summer heat, I would tend to stay a little bit cautious just because even though it has a very faint, almost not fresh, but almost like a transparent wood vibe to it, it still might get a little bit cloying when it's super hot outside. So I'd watch out for that. Versatility with respect to occasions, again, every occasion imaginable. However, there are two that really come to my mind. The first one is work. The second one is suit and tie. Because of its classiness, I think this goes really well in a suit and tie situation. You could also wear this on dates, especially when it's like a more expensive restaurant or an upscale restaurant-ish. But again, dressed up, dressed down, casual, doesn't matter. This just tags along extremely well in every occasion. Compliment factor, I've actually gotten compliments with this as recent as a few weeks ago. So this is not a compliment monster. It's not gonna get you through the roof compliments like Sauvage or Aventus does, but that's not why I wear this fragrance. This serves a very different purpose for me, and I'm not looking for compliments when I wear this, but when I do get them, I'll take them. So with all that said, do I recommend this fragrance to you or not? Well, to be honest, that is a question for you, because Tom Fords are not cheap. 50 ml costs you almost $215 or $220. 100 ml is like $280, I think. That's a lot of money for a fragrance, especially for a 50 ml, right? For this, though, this is really a very, very personal scent. I don't think a lot of people will find this interesting. Because like I was saying, this doesn't have any notes that stick out and grab you. It's a very, almost, most people might think it's very boring. And so spending over $200 for something like this, you have to fall in absolute love with it in order to justify that kind of an expense, right? So I don't think this is really worth the money for a lot of people. For me, absolutely yes, but for a lot of people, probably not. There's a fragrance by Versace known as Oud Noir that you can check out, which is kind of similar to oud wood. It has its own little character. It's a little different fragrance, but it's along the same vein as oud wood, which is way cheaper as well than this one. So you might check that out if you're interested. Get a sample of this and see if you like it, and go sample Oud Noir, and if you think they're similar enough, go for it. I still would prefer this over Oud Noir any day. So with all that, what is the rating I would give this fragrance? Guys, I'm sorry, I'm biased here. This is my absolute favorite from Tom Ford, so I have to give this a 10 out of 10. It's just a really good fragrance in my eyes. But again, this might not apply to you. In my opinion though, it's just phenomenal. So that's it guys, that was my quick take on Oud Wood from the house of Tom Ford. Great scent yet again, and also this is gonna be my scent of the day today. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7. So yeah, with that being said, shukriya for watching. Let me know what you think about this fragrance down in the comments section below. Stay fragrant. I'll see you next time guys. Adios.